Alexander Litvinenko there. Let's talk to his widow, Marina, who joins us now. It's good to see you this morning. We heard from Yulia Navalny that the world needs to unite and defeat this evil. How can that be done?
Good morning. I really do understand what Yulia Navalny can feel now. It's a very difficult moment for her. And she lost her husband, she lost father of her children, and now she needs to talk to all world how to react. In 2006, when my husband was poisoned, and it was first time radioactive polonium was used against one person, against human, and I plead the world pay attention. Because leader of Russia, Vladimir Putin, was fully responsible for this crime. It was difficult to prove, but in 2016, we received public inquiry report, and it was official evidence of Putin's crime. I believed after that, world would be more understand what and who they are dealing with. But now we have another case, and Yulia Navalny asked about action. I think it's a very serious test for all world how you will react to this or what happened to Alexei Navalny. Will you accept Putin as the leader of the country? Do you believe you can negotiate with this regime? Do you believe you can trust? And this is a very important, and I think we will have not another chance to make any change for what is happening now to Russia and what is happening to Ukraine.
Marina, do you think the West should actively do something about Putin in Russia itself, or would that reaction be more money into funding the Ukraine?
I think it works together very strong. When we're talking about Putin's regime, we know it's only survived because some countries still keep trading with Russia, and particularly buying oil and gas. And sometimes we can find sanctions what's been provided against Russia. Companies in the West try to avoid, and why Russia still received some electronic devices what help them to produce new weapons to use in Ukraine. But war in Ukraine, what Russia starts, makes Russia weaker. And this is all discussion. Do we need to support Ukraine? Do we need to make more weapons for Ukraine? I don't think it needs to be discussed. Only from this side, if Ukraine would be supported, we might finally weaken a Russian regime. And people in Russia who are now so frightened to go outside, finally might make any change inside of Russia too.
In a way, what you seem to be suggesting is, sanctions and how we deal with the oil and gas issue and everything else, it would require us to take some pain as well, as a nation, as a continent, as the West in general. Do you think governments, do you think the people of the United Kingdom would be willing to do that?
I have a lot of people around me. I can't say it's all, but I've never heard they are fed up help to Ukraine. I never heard they don't want to support Ukraine in this war. And why I'm talking about Ukraine? Because I see direct link supporting of Ukraine, you're supporting Russia. Because Russia occupied, and this occupation started after 1999, when Putin became, first of all, successor from former President Boris Yeltsin. And now almost 25 years he's in the power. And now we can see how he's destroying Russia. And this is just a view, he is a strong leader. But he destroyed a people, became completely brainwashed and became against of the West. And people in Russia believed all West want to put Russia on the knee, what is not true. But this is what we're exactly talking, to support Ukraine, to make this regime weaker. We might make any change, even if this change not going to be immediately possible. But after 25 years, Putin just destroyed any chance to make it democratic.
Marina, I just have to ask you, as a woman, I think Julia has been very brave talking out about her husband, in her words, murder. You've been through this. You know what it feels like. You know what she's going through. How worried you're talking to us now very openly, how worried are you about your own personal safety for talking out, and what sort of protection do you have to take?
After losing your husband, a father of your children, what else you can lose? And I do understand Yulia, she was a little bit quiet for all these 2 years when Alexei was in prison. And I do understand she believed one day he would be released from prison. And I believe Putin's regime will collapse much sooner, and 90 years in prison for Navalny never would be extended. But it did not happen. And that moment, Putin won. And for Yulia now, it's very important to keep a memory about Alexei, memory for children of Alexei. And this memory helps other people to feel strong and brave.
Marina Litvinenko, it's good to talk to you this morning. We appreciate it.